I want to get into Driver Friendly and Grandchild and um, all the other great stuff that you're working on outside of music. But I just want to confirm: is there any other musical groups or endeavors that you work on besides those two bands?
Well, for a while I worked in a band called the Eastern Sea,
Okay.
but it was only for like half a year or something like that. Um, my friend Matt is the singer of that band, and I worked with him on some songs, but not really. I've got a couple side projects that I'm doing, but not like anything to note. I think Grandchild and Driver Friendly are kind of the big ones. Yeah.
Gotcha. And so
Mm-hmm.
Driver Friendly came first, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, actually, I was in a band before Driver Friendly. I was in a metal band, and and then I started playing with Tyler and Jeremy and Driver Friendly, and we started doing our thing. And then eventually I wanted to do like a solo thing. So I created Grandchild, and I grabbed my old drummer from the metal band, and he's the drummer of
Oh,
Grandchild.
cool. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's start there maybe. Like, I'd love to know how you got into music. Like, what was the first artist you heard that made you say, oh, this music thing is pretty cool? What was that experience like for
Mm.
you?
I think for me it was the Beach Boys. And
Nice.
specifically what I liked about the Beach Boys is their arrangement. Like if you listen to their cover of Sloop John B, it's like so sick because it's just like keeps building and building and building and building and building.
Sure.
And so if you listen to any like Driver Friendly or Grandchild song, they kind of have that kind of layer meets new layer meets new layer meets new layer type
Absolutely.
of thing. Yeah. So Beach Boys were big. John Denver was always into John Denver. Um, and then moved on to like the guitar players, Jimi Hendrix, and I got really big into 80s hair metal for a while. Even though I was born in 86, like I got really big into 80s hair metal. So I don't know. Like I can name them all off though. I
That's
know them all.
awesome. So, I
Yeah.
mean, this is just an outsider's perspective of what Texas is like. Growing up in Texas, did you ever fall into that country groove? Do you have a
Mm,
love for country? I mean, I'd say Grandchild is a little more folksy than
yeah.
Driver Friendly, but I think it's great that you love those other styles. And
Well,
it's not a rule that you should like country music.
yeah. I mean, I always liked John Denver. So that was kind of like
Yeah,
my dad would always sing me John Denver when I was a kid. And so I always loved that kind of like Cat Stevens, what's his name? Yusuf Islam, is that his name now? I think is his name. Anyway, kind of that folky like feel type of thing.
yeah,
But I didn't grow up on country, so I didn't grow up on like, um Willie Nelson or dudes like that. But um I think in Texas we kind of found our just our own world. Tyler and I, like,
hmm,
discovering emo for the first time whenever it first came out, and then pop punk in its infancy. But my beginnings were probably, as a preteen teenager, metal music, and contrasted very weirdly with like John Denver. So I think that, you know, maybe Driver Friendly met the rock element for me of like, performance on stage, running around being wild.
sure.
And then Grandchild met that kind of warm home feeling that reminded me, I guess, of my upbringing, which is funny because it's called Grandchild, you know.